Top Stunning Photos from History. Part 50. Special Edition. Unusual space for strollers at the front of a bus, New Zealand, 1950. Helen Slater, 1984. Milk for the Road, milking a cow on the platform of King's Cross Station, London, 1920s. Google Maps from 1963. Hotline operators helped callers find their location. The process of putting on an evening dress, 1850 to 1860. Animal trainer Jack Benavida with his pets, 1905. Childhood photographs of leaders of countries participating in World War II. Marilyn Monroe having breakfast in bed at the Bel Air Hotel in Los Angeles, 1953. Major Eric Bond of Sweden lights a cigarette after being shot twice, Congo, 1961. Farmer Joseph Swan published a photo of a giant potato in 1889, which skyrocketed sales until it was discovered that the giant potato was carved from wood. In the early 1960s, Brigitte Bardot became the founder of the fashion for topless tanning. Locals pull out the mummies of the Cathedral of Venzone in Italy. The mummies go back to the 1600s, 1962. Soldiers in the early 20th century. Freddie Mercury playing tennis in Ibiza in the summer of 1987. How World War I soldiers used face prosthetics to hide big wounds and scars from early war. A plague doctor mask made between 1650 to 1750, currently housed in the Deutsches Historisches Museum. Andre the Giant drank 156 types of beer in one sitting and is the current world record holder for this feat, 1986. Elizabeth Taylor, 1962. The scars on the face of a Rwandan boy who was liberated from a death camp. This four-person bicycle was created by Art Rothschild, who bravely took the top position on the bicycle in this photo, 1949. Casts taken from World War I soldiers' mutilated faces modeled by Anna Coleman Ladd, 1918. A woman tested a .30 caliber machine gun at the Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland, 1942. Woman about to do a jump over 6 of her classmates, 1952. "22 college students cram into a telephone booth, 1959. What happens if someone farts? Need bait at midnight? The worm vending machine of 1957 had your back. Batman, 1930. A farmer named a pig Hitler for trying to push other pigs away from the trough and isolated him, London, 1942. American strongman Ben Darwin demonstrates the power of his hair by moving a 7-seater car weighing about 2.5 tons, New York, 1925. Kirk Douglas gives an autograph to a fan in Venice in 1953. Adidas founder Adolf Dassler installing spikes on football boots, 1954. Lido cabaret dancers preparing to go on stage, warming up, Paris, 1950. Prince Charles at a celebration in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1978. Polish wrestlers, participants of the Moscow Olympics of 1980, Adam Sandurski, right, and Jan Falandis, and them years later. Donald Trump, a student of the military academy with his parents, 1963. Iranian shepherds in traditional woolen capes, 1950s. The Duke and Duchess of Windsor, 1958. Schoolboy Soso Dzugashvili, future dictator Joseph Stalin, at the age of about 10, 1888. Write in the comments, where exactly is he? Madeline Smith, 1970. The international contest, Miss Europe 1930, was held in Paris. The winner was the representative of Greece, Aliki Deplaricou. Which of these girls won? Linda Carter in the TV series The New Adventures of Wonder Woman in the 1970s. Actress Roseanne Caton and Arnold Schwarzenegger photographed by Michael Oakes during out party in Marina del Rey, 1979. Ota Bengat a beauty pygmy, born in Congo Free State in 1885 and was sold to an American explorer for display at the 1904 World's Fair. Eddie Cantor's hot air balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on Broadway, 1934. Family photograph, early 20th century. Harvey Cushing's patient after brain surgery, 1912. Two lumberjacks and a large tree, USA, 1915. Elton John at HM Prison in Grenada in the 70s. A king riding a subject and holding an umbrella, German East Africa, 1913. Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1974 in Melbourne's Burke Street. Shelter on Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles, USA, 1951. Surreal photo from the Serra Pelada Gold Mine, Brazil, 1986. Arranged skeleton heads in Rome's Capuchin Crypt, 1900. A blindfolded American construction worker carefully walks along a steel girder, suspended 20 stories above the streets of New York City, 1933. A forest of oil derricks sprouts up on the Signal Hill oil field, Long Beach, California, 1937. Albert Einstein and his sister Maya Einstein. New York, 1939. Miss World finalists, 1986. Who would you vote for? Write in the comments. A woman takes an autograph from a survivor of the Titanic disaster, April 1912. Native Americans at the White House at the time of the passing of the Indian Citizenship Act, granting them full rights as U.S. citizens, 1924. P.T. Barnum and Bailey's Combined Circus Performers, New York, 1924. Michelle Obama on campus at Princeton University in 1983. Who still has doubts that she is a woman? An X-ray comparison of a normal neck versus the Cayenne women one that has been stretched. Police photo from 1952 salvaged from a stash of LAPD crime pictures. These are the portraits of some of the men and women who attended the infamous Bethlehem Royal Hospital, better known as Bedlam, in the 1800s. Bicycles designed to ride on railroad tracks, Michigan, 1910. Your ideas, why was this made? Write your thoughts. Dental treatment at home, 1920s. Andre the Giant at 7 feet 4 inches and over 500 pounds, 225 kilograms, he was known to drink an entire case of beer as a warm-up before performing. 13-year-old Dolly Parton just hours before she made her Grand Ole Opry debut singing George Jones' You Gotta Be My Baby. A Vietnamese boy cleans the boots of an American soldier, Saigon, Vietnam, 1968. A young Fidel Castro, left, and Argentine Marxist revolutionary, Che Guevara, right, in Miguel Schultz jail in Mexico City, 1956. Mermaids on the film set for Peter Pan, 1924. Nylon stockings undergo rigorous testing in the Marks & Spencer's Textile Laboratory, 1955. American Indian Lazy Dog, 1900. Beatrice Kyle in her high diving outfit dove into 8-foot deep tanks of water from over 100 feet, 1924. Before public flogging of a baker who raised the price of bread during a famine caused by floods, Egypt, 1954. What do you think of such punishments? People suffering from arachnodactyly, a condition in which the fingers are unusually long. Tsar Nicholas II and royal family members having old-fashioned fun, 1899. Tuberculosis patients relax in the fresh air on the banks of the Thames, 1936. Atomic suit inflated with conditioned air, 1961. Carrie Fisher hiding in trash cans on the backlit of the Star Wars set, 1976. A type of electric chair, 1926. Strange advertisement for a new drink, 1898. Would you like to try? The first Charlie's Angels, Jacqueline Smith, Kate Jackson, and Farrah Fawcett, 1976. German spy before execution by American troops, Belgium, 1944. A Manchester United fan is shot in the face by a dart during his team's match against Liverpool, 1970. Marilyn Monroe without makeup, 1960. How do you like her natural beauty? Dental assistant plays a gramophone to distract a patient from pain, 1922. Schoolchildren with a teacher waiting for a solar eclipse, Illinois, USA, 1963. Alain Delon with his wife in the mid-60s. Sophia Loren at a costume fitting for the film Attila, 1954. Princess Diana picks up an elderly woman's cane after it fell in Hong Kong, 1989. Model and fitness trainer Betty Brosmer at a photo shoot, USA, 1950. Insulin production in the 1950, 4,535 kilograms of pig pancreas was required to produce 0.45 kilograms of the drug. Elton John at a football match of the USSR Premier League, 1979. Skeleton costume, 1915. A demonstration with a provocative slogan in Manhattan, 1988. A doctor assists overexcited fans during a Beatles concert, 1964. Palestinian women carrying water, Ramallah, Palestine, 1890. Who knows how they stayed on their heads? Walt Disney, Royo, Disney and Margie Gay and Alice solves the puzzle, 1925. Hugh Hefner with his girlfriend Barbara Benton surrounded by bunnies at the Playboy Club, London, 1969. For thousand-year-old glasses used by Arctic residents to protect their eyes from snow blindness. Albanian refugees trying to get to Italy, 1991. Boy suffering from hyperthyroidism, 1890. Winner of the Miss Nairobi Beauty Pageant, Kenya, 1966. Two Girlfriends, 1950. America's Last Public Execution, 1936. Girl performing the limbo dance, USA, 1964. Jocelyn Jackie Lane, actress and model from the 1950s. Dutch cyclist Piet van Kempen rests between laps, captured at the Wembley Velodrome during the six-day cycling race, 1936. A boys' high player takes a free throw, Atlanta, USA, 1920s. How do you like the technique? The world's tallest Christmas tree, at 65 meters, Seattle, Washington, 1950s. Boxing with hands and feet in a New York nightclub, 1938. Note the shoes. The Pacific Coast Highway passes through a red cedar stump in Washington, 1920. Transporting logs on a sled in northern Michigan, USA, 1908. Alfred Hitchcock, inspired by the River Thames, 1958. Transporting tires at the Renault plant, France, 1950. American physicist Robert Oppenheimer, 1958. Mohawk-haired paratroopers from the 17th U.S. Airborne Regiment are briefed for their upcoming drop in Germany the following day. Woodstock Festival, 1968. Top model Celia Hammond campaigns for farm animals in London, 1970s. A sailor in a submarine tests the Momsen lung rescue breathing apparatus, July 1930. Liberated prisoners of the Wavelen concentration camp await medical care, Germany, 1945. Beauty contest, 1936. Who would you vote for? Arnold Schwarzenegger on the beach in Malibu, 1991. Judy Garland taking a break from filming The Wizard of Oz, 1939. John Matuszek getting his makeup done to be Sloth on the set of The Goonies. Child with severe hydrocephalus, 1860s. Does anyone know what's going on in this photo from the 1950s? Write in the comments. Sleeping bag babies, 1930. Arikara warrior bare belly, North Dakota, USA, 1909. Morpherwin, mermaid, Aden circa 1900. How real is this find, in your opinion? In the 1920s, there was a flapper fad of hand-painting knees. A Chinese woman's feet with so-called lotus feet compared to the average American woman's teacup and shoes from World War I, 1914. Beach fashion in the 1940s. Don't you think that striped men's bathing suits are a bad idea? Sophia Loren on break in Sarah Una Volta, 1967. Experiments in Physiology, Facial Expressions, 1860. Miss France 1920. Arnold Schwarzenegger with his maid Mildred Patricia Baena and their illegitimate son, 1997. Elizabeth Taylor watches an emotional boxing match, 1960. An elongated head was an ideal of beauty among the Mangbetu people, 1930. Cameron Diaz cheerleading, 1988. Should we publish photos of celebrities in their youth? Write in the comments. Tialba, known as the woman with 10 brains, could write with both hands, both feet and her mouth at the same time, 1920. A French World War I veteran poses for the camera. Actress Bridget Helm, as a human machine, cools down between takes on the set of Metropolis, 1927. Luigi Lineri, the Italian collector who gathers and categorizes stones from the Adige River in northern Italy for over 50 years. Photo from the archive of psychopathic killer Harvey Glattman, who introduced himself to girls as a photographer, 1958. Preparing the set for the film, The Lord of the Rings, 2000. Theatrical show to celebrate the centenary of the railway, Liverpool, 1930. A little boy riding an odd giant rabbit, 1956. Donald Trump poses with about half of the competing state misses on board his yacht in Atlantic City, 1988. Spanish muskrat trapper hanging muskrats up to dry their fur before skinning, Louisiana, 1941. Ted Bundy playing with his ex-girlfriend's daughter. Bullet bra, the indispensable underwear for the sweater girls in the 1940s and 1950s. Wall of bones in the Paris catacombs, 1920s. British Samantha Fox, 1995. Army men casually seated around a table as one on horseback jumps over the table, 1905. At the wheels of their 1-horsepower specials, speed aces of 1950 roar around the Indianapolis Speedway at a 20-mile-an-hour speed. The American Olympic candidates during practice stunts at their Rockincourt headquarters, 1924. Anita Ekberg poses for photography students at the Los Angeles State Technical College, 1955. Boys and girls kidnapped for subsequent sale into slavery, China, early 20th century. 5 megabytes of data, 62,500 punch cards, 1955. A German soldier and a French collaborator, 1944. Photographs of Winston Churchill in various hats. Five-time world champion, Norwegian speed skater Oscar Mathisen and his awards. London children wear their gas masks as they skip in the park at their temporary homes on the south coast of England, 1940. Girls in bikinis posing at the Carlton Hotel in Cannes, France, 1958. Advertisement for Lucky Strike cigarettes as a weight loss aid, USA, 1927. The tradition of giving gifts to traffic cops at Christmas was common throughout Europe, but was especially loved and observed in Spain, 1970. One of the first precursors of ATMs, the roving bank teller truck, with a bank teller inside, 1929. Muhammad Ali poses for a photo with 2 Irish policemen, 1972. The powerful legs of athlete Arthur Saxon, Netherlands, 1920s. Claudia Jennings, American model and actress, 1974. Soviet First Lady Nina Khrushcheva and Jacqueline Kennedy, 1961. Donald Trump, left, sweeps his bride, Marla, off her feet to kiss her in front of photographers after their wedding ceremony, 1992. Dali with a model paints his next masterpiece, The Temptation of St. Anthony, 1946. U.S. Vice President Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller gives the middle finger to a crowd of hippies during a public speech, New York, USA, 1976. Joe Reed's Guinness World Record-breaking jump, the distance between buildings was 19.8 meters, 1998. During World War II, Walt Disney was commissioned by the U.S. Department of Defense to design gas masks for children, 1941. Akira Yamaguchi shows his scars from treatment for burns sustained during the Hiroshima nuclear bomb explosion. A rope bed in a homeless shelter in Britain, 1903. Sable Starr and Iggy Pop, 1973. Young members of the future Beatles. Celebrating the Eagles' 1960 17-13 NFL championship victory over Lombardi's Green Bay Packers. This portrait of child getting cozy with Krampus, circa 1900. A dinner table set up for 14 unsuspecting guests in 1946. Children playing with a toy guillotine, France, 1959. She's Got Crabs, 1938. A Man and His Goat Mobile, early 1900s. Crow's Nest Pass Lumber Company lumberjacks on a log jam in Bull River, British Columbia, 1911. Victorian woman suffering from syphilis, 1880. Calamity Jane and cowboy Teddy Blue Abbott, wearing each other's hats, shared drinks at a saloon, 1887. Actress Jean Crane balanced a soap bubble on her index finger as she luxuriated in a bath in a scene from the 1946 movie Girls on Treadmills, 1920s. Adrian Ames, Ziegfeld Girl, 1929. Playboy publisher Hugh Hefner, 44, poses with girlfriend Barbie Benton. The first ride on the London Underground, 1862. Samantha Fox in the 1980s. Burmese women walk through London, 1935. Dr. John Shaw Billings tried to measure skull cranial capacity, which was thought to influence mental conditions, 1885. Contortionist sum the elastic wonder of the world sits atop a flower vase, 1900s. A girl finds a convenient way to replace records, 1961. Patterns of beauty scars cover the entire back of a Nubian woman, Sudan, 1966. Baby boy on bear rug contently drinks his milk, 1892. Marilyn Monroe working out with a barbell, 1950s. Navajo man, seated, facing front, wearing a ceremonial mask with feathers and with fir or spruce branches, 1904. A car loses a wheel at high speed on the Culver City Speedway, in Los Angeles, California, in November 1924. Glamorous photo of June Wilkinson in the 1950s. Girls after visiting a fear room, 1953. Selling dentures in India, 1946. Eminem with his mother, 1973. Freddie Mercury watches his own performance on television, Japan, 1985. A group of blindfolded German firefighters learn to navigate in search of a sound source in the darkness of a burning building, 1940. Warehouse of steel floats for anti-submarine nets, 1953. A peasant of the Russian Empire, aged 29, 1900. Anticipating a Beatles concert, 1964. Royal Guards of Siam, Thailand, 1900s. Panoramic view of the Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, California, 1926. Hugh Hefner surrounded by the waitstaff at the original Playboy Club in Chicago, 1960. These images depict a young woman with visceral hysteric anorexia, 1892. A struggling family during the Great Depression living in a landfill, Illinois, 1939. Underwater wedding in Texas, 1954. Sewing class for deteriorated women, 1898. The first train accident in history, 1870. A mobile home made from a single pine tree trunk, 1920s. A strong woman balances a piano and pianist on her chest, 1920. See her change from beauty to beast, Coney Island, 1969. Harley-Davidson motorcycle delivery, 1933. Man among alligators and caimans in a terrarium, Florence, Italy, 1900. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, training session on Venice Beach, 1980s. A headless chicken that survived without a brain for 18 months. Jane Mansfield behind in the balloting, 1950s. Girls of a Congolese tribe where it was believed that turning out the upper lip made women especially attractive, 1924. Miss America, 1967. Girls having fun on vacation, 1950s. A training class for potential Playboy bunnies, 1965. Lady urinals in the catalog of the trading house Murin Marilas, Russian Empire, 1910s. A mom asks not to kiss her baby to avoid catching a bug, 1939.